It's time for the completely untrue but hopefully entertaining
History of Famous Fundraising Failures.
For many centuries, parents, teachers, and students alike have tried their best to come up with exciting ways to raise money for schools. Some have found great success, while others, not so great.
History of Famous Fundraising Failures.
School fundraising, as we know it, began over 2,000 years ago in what we call ancient Rome. Ancient Rome was a place of gladiators, a place of art, and a place where grown men dressed funny. One such man was Emperor Gaius Platypus, who one day decided that he wanted to raise money for his son's school. His plan was to have all the parents give the school $1 Roman for every lap he could run around the famous Colosseum. It was a great plan. But in all his excitement, he forgot to feed the lions. A few hundred years later, there was a humble wood builder named Samuel, who also came up with a plan to raise money for his daughter's school. He dedicated himself day and night to build the most beautiful round table the world had ever seen. His plan was to sell it to the great King Arthur and then give all the money raised to the school.
Would you like to buy it, my lord?
It's very, very nice, but we already have a round table.
Things did not go as planned. We fast forward to the age of the Vikings. It was a time when fierce warriors sailed the seas, conquered a great many lands, and wore really cool hats. One such Viking was a man named Beltic, who knew that no matter how many lands he conquered, he still needed to raise money for his daughter's school. And then one day, it hit him. And it gave him an idea.
This gives me an idea.
I just said that.
Oh.
On that day, Beltic invented an exciting new game. His plan was to invite all the families in the village to come and watch. He and his Viking friends play this friendly new game.
We are Vikings!
Yeah!
We will play a new game using this!
Yeah!
And the people will pay the school money to watch!
Huh?
Sadly for Beltic, football would not become popular for another 1,000 years. We now take you to the great Ming Dynasty of China, when on a crisp winter morning, the mighty Emperor Yang decided to raise money for his nephew's school by having the students sell hot green tea to the neighbors. But unfortunately, that day marked the greatest snowstorm in the history of China, and all the tea froze. However, being a fast thinker, the emperor quickly changed his plan and decided to sell green tea snow cones. Things were going splendid until the snow stopped and the sun came out and everything melted. They did not make big money, but they did make a big mess. By the late 1700s, shortly after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, General George Washington's second cousin Ed attempted to raise money for schools by doing a horse wash. Ed had washed an astounding 32 horses before he realized that horses don't have any money. We fast forward to the California Gold Rush, when hard-working gold miners came to the open plains of California for the purpose of finding gold. One such miner, named Irving, tried to help the local school by having all the students pull gold out of the river. But when Timmy splashed Susie, Susie splashed Freddie. Freddie splashed Mary, who then splashed Timmy. And this began the Great Water Fight of 1849. No money was raised, but the kids had a great time. And finally, we enter into the Space Age, when children at one school raised money by selling tickets into outer space. It was a huge hit, a monster success. It was quite simply the greatest fundraiser ever. The kids were overjoyed until all the money floated away.
And that is the completely untrue but hopefully entertaining
History of famous fundraising failures.
But thankfully, history is behind us, because today we finally have a school fundraiser that is not only fun, but it really works. And all it takes is this book. You see, this book is filled with tons of incredible things that people want to buy. And all you have to do is bring this book home to Mom or Dad and ask them if they will help the school by selling some of the great things in the book. And the more things your family can sell, the more you will help your school. Ask Mom or Dad to ask friends, family, neighbors, and even co-workers to pick out what they want to buy from the fundraiser book. Then have the people write down what they want to buy on the order form. Then you collect the money from the people for their order. Then you put it in the money envelope. But whatever you do, make sure to show Mom or Dad the important letter that is stapled to the back of the fundraiser book. It will tell them everything they need to know. Well, there you have it. A fundraiser that actually works. So be looking for the amazing fundraiser book. And try your best to sell as many things as you can. And we will be sure to help your school.